Why is asking for help so hard to do? Mentally, there's this block that says you need to be able to do this on your own. And the truth is, the majority of the things that we do in our life, we do with the support of others. Now, I'm one of those people that learns by doing, and that's a great thing to recognize. It's also very difficult when I essentially have to learn by failing over and over again until I finally get the message like, hey, this isn't working, or hey, this is working. So, when I left my job this year and I simplified my life, I just got down to the basics of what mattered to me. I started to get the thoughts of, oh no, what am I going to do next? How am I going to figure out the next steps of my life? This is something I believe a lot of folks are asking themselves. And the truth was, I couldn't answer it by myself. It was absolutely impossible to do. Now, it didn't stop me from trying, because you better know I tried to do it on my own. I attempted everything to figure it out on my own. I watched videos, I journaled, I went through my old journals, decades worth of thoughts that I've had since I was a kid. And ultimately, as I started to get to the bottom of the barrel, I just realized I was at this dead end and I did not know what I want to do next. Straight up, it was absolutely terrifying. I really wasn't sure where I was going to go and what I was going to do. So in that moment of fear, usually what I would do is I would just shove it down and say, okay, it's going to go away. I'll busy my mind with other things. But this time, because I was learning new habits and I was learning what I needed in my life, I decided to ask for some help. Shocker, it actually really worked. My husband, Joey, is one of those people that you want to go to for advice. In his friend group, in the circle of his business colleagues, I think he's just one of those people that has very sound advice. So when I found myself at this dead end, not knowing where to go next, I went in, plopped down on a chair, and I just said, I don't know what I'm doing. It was a manic kind of plea for help. And it was also the first time that I really decided to ask for help before I was totally at the bottom of the barrel of feeling absolutely miserable. Learning number one, you don't need to ask for help when you're in misery. You can ask for help when you need it. Small learnings, big advice. So Joey told me, okay, what did you learn so far? And I said, I learned that I don't want to work for someone else. Like, I don't want to go back to a job. I don't want to do that. And he said, okay, well, why is that? And I went into all of the journals that I had been reading over the years of my thoughts, from my teenage years to my 20s into my early 30s. And just said it over and over again. It said, I want to own my own business. I want to maybe be a consultant. He's like, well, why don't you do that? And the big blocker for me was, yeah, I want to start my own business. I'd come up with a lot of ideas over the years. Maybe I'll start a flaky salt company. Maybe I'll start this like art company. But I just really couldn't sink my teeth into that thing because I couldn't understand the problem that I was trying to solve for the audience that I would be targeting. He said, why don't you do organizing? Why don't you do your operational thing that you've been doing for years? And I just realized after years of doing it that was my special magic, was being able to take all of this chaos and put it into a sense of order. That was where I was really happy, and that a lot of people actually hated doing it, but what people hated, I loved. And that's when the light bulb went off. The thing that was staring me right in front of my face for years. You love operations, you love making clarity from chaos. That was the thing I decided that I wanted to do. So that's why I decided to kick off my own business doing operations consulting and working with other companies to work on their operations so they could work smarter and not harder. Now, the moral of the story is asking for help is important. Yes. Also, sometimes you can have all the pieces right in front of you and you can have the answer staring at you right in front of the face, but you're just too close to really see it. So by asking for help and sitting down with him and being vulnerable in the fears that I had, I was really able to work with him to figure out, oh, hey, this thing that I love doing, that's what I should be building a company around. And I will tell you, since that day, I've had a lot of emotions, but the main emotion is gratitude for having that kind of support. And I feel really joyful that I get to pursue the things I love to do. Tomorrow we'll go into the next thing that I learned when starting a business. Hopefully this is helping you. It's really helping me to sort of flesh out these thoughts. And also, big shout out to Joey Cafone, since you inspired this whole lesson. That's right. You did it. All right, everybody, have a really good day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.